At this point, a small handful of you know how I feel about autumn.
Prelude to seasonal affective disorder.
I'm not a fan. That being said, I have decided that this is my year. I have decided that I will not be a sourpuss and a party pooper for an entire season. And with that, I'm going to give my coffee nook a little fall makeover. Sort of begrudgingly. What we're going to start with is switching out some of these prints to something that's a little bit more seasonal and sort of whispers fall. I'm not going for like pumpkins and hay bales. I want to do something that's a little bit more subtle, a little bit more me. I don't really see the value in purchasing really specific seasonal decor for a season that I'm already not a fan of. So I think the easiest way to bring a little hint of fall into this little area is just going to be to switch out some of these prints. So that's what we're going to start with. I'll link the Etsy bundle that I purchased in the description box, and I'm going to show you how we're going to tweak them to make them look a little bit nicer. So to start with that. So I'm obviously leaning in. I wanted to show you some of the prints I got. I don't know if I'll use all of them, but I have some options. Autumn landscape. I thought this one was nice. I have just like another tapestry because I realized a lot of the things that I was printing and that I already have hung up are just already landscapes, so it might be a bit much. And then I have this cool print of a candelabra. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay, and then I got this kind of spooky one. Is it a child? I think it's a child. This one I got for that skinny one. And then I got another autumn landscape. So we'll see. I usually get these printed on canvas paper, but because they're more seasonal, I didn't really feel the need to pay extra to get them on canvas, so I just got them on cardstock. But to make them a little nicer, what I'm gonna do is just put a little Mod Podge on it. I get the matte kind. I mean, most of you probably have seen this already, but it's a really good little way to make something have a little more texture, look like it was painted. The first coat, I just do like side to side, like I just get kind of a base coat on there. It creates texture, it makes it look like it was hand painted. And so if I don't do a canvas poster, which has a little bit of texture and it kind of adds to the illusion, I got these on cardstock, and so I'm adding the texture with a little Mod Podge. I think it's a good little hack. You know, a lot of people already know this, so this is very old news, but if you haven't heard of it, and you're someone who likes to display prints or artwork without the glass, I think this is a good little addition. The occasional ticking is because my oven's on and I'm making myself some lunch. I'm defrosting chicken nuggets. Dinosaur chicken nuggets, actually, to be precise. Okay, I probably used a bit much. It's probably kind of a lot. You know, so I've been kind of trying to, as I said, embrace the fall vibes. And so I watched a couple videos. You know, they were titled like, how to romanticize fall type of a thing. And one of them was like, you know, watch nostalgic shows, right? Fall shows. And I wasn't allowed to watch like Harry Potter. What's the other one? Hocus Pocus. That's the Halloween one, I think. The other one is Gilmore Girls. And I've tried to get into Gilmore Girls. I don't know why everyone is obsessed with that show. I have so many thoughts about Gilmore Girls. Let's get into it, actually. So I ranted about Gilmore Girls for 27 minutes straight. I left the highlights. If you love the show, maybe skip ahead. If you haven't watched the show, also maybe skip ahead. Also, as a warning, my camera progressively sinks lower and lower, and I don't notice till the very end. I think that she has parentified her child. Thinks being immature is cute and fun and cool. I can't just enjoy it, because I was like, maybe it gets better. Don't propose to her. Are you interested in him or not? Have your cake and also reject it too. The architecture, it's, visually, I'll admit that visually the show is appealing. Eli is truly a toxic person. Know that that's a hot take. This is all true. I don't think it's overrated. Yeah, I do. To try to make that cute, that shit's not cute, actually. So aloof. It's not like she doesn't care about her. Pretty immature and self-centered, in my opinion. Y'all don't care. Let me shut up about this, because y'all don't care. I end up feeling like what looks the realest is to just this is called stippling, is that correct? I think it is. Stippling. I think stippling's the way to go. Just makes it look better. Not better, it makes it look more real, right? That's kind of what we're going for, in a way. I'm ruining this brush, but I don't really paint, so it's okay. If you're not someone who's particularly drawn, the camera has gotten so low. I'll fix it. Oh. Oh, we do have a... I hope that that's the first ad that's happened so far. Okay, our prints are dry, ready to go. We're just gonna kind of play around. Again, I have a lot of landscapes, so we'll see how we can make it look not so forced or redundant. Something I wish I had done differently when I first put this together was kind of more evenly distribute similar types of art, because the way I chose the sizes for the frames and how the frames needed to be laid out, it just so happened that it ends up being floral, floral, floral. That's not really floral, but it's a tapestry and it kind of reads like a floral. And then landscape, 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 landscape. So I kind of wish there was more variation and frames weren't so close together. That being said, we might end up in a similar situation because I didn't really plan these. Some of these are so such a specific size that it was kind of tough. Anyway, I'm just gonna kind of play around and see how I like it. The big one is staying because I just love that one so much. It's not very fall, but it's kind of moody. So yeah, that one's staying. We're doing a sprinkle of autumn, okay? Very far away from me. I apologize for the echo. I just couldn't get all of them in. Okay. I think this is decent, but there's still some things I would change. I don't love that there are two landscapes right next to each other, but I don't have a different print for this size of a frame. And I really did want to switch out the top one that I had in here, the hydrangeas, I think they were. What's bothering me most is the fact that the two portraits are right next to each other, especially that this one is kind of facing them. I think had I planned ahead, I would at least flip the image to where it's looking that way and not at them. It's just, it seems awkward to me. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. I think I would just like a little bit of separation, and I do want to use this one. Is it my favorite? No, but again, we have too many landscapes going on, so I had to switch out that other landscape. I just don't know. I remember really stressing about the layout of all these frames. Like, this is what worked. I tried a lot of different combos, and I think this one is what needs to be. Maybe I can switch this one and this one. For that, I like the separation. I like that there's a breaking point between the two portraits, but I don't like the gold frame next to the gold frame, and I also feel like this is now too empty right here. I don't like this one there now. Can I put this there? No, that seems too crammed. I have an idea. I just thrifted this. I like it a lot. And it goes with the vibe, for sure. It's kind of bothering me how uneven all of the gaps are between the frames, but do we like that? Is the white around it too much, too bright? There's a work in progress. I'm gonna scrounge around and see if I can find some more frames. I found another option. I also just thrifted this. It's kind of spooky. I think it kind of works. I think the white's a little bright, right? You know what? Whatever. We're gonna be losing daylight in like a little bit. I need to get going. So this is what I'm gonna use. Okay. Got a few boring things out of the way since the last time I saw you. I finished up the cord situation. Now everything is kind of hidden away in the drawer. I got it painted to match the wall so it kind of blends in. I also destroyed a shirt in the process. I like shook the paint and the lid wasn't on and it just went all over me. What else? Fix this patch of paint, that touch-up paint job that just went terribly. Oh, I drilled a hole in this brush so that I can hang it, which I had been meaning to do since I bought it. And now I'm just gonna get my stuff back up here. Maybe with a few little, I dug up some decor that's like slightly in the fall color palette. I also have some like dead flowers, some dried flowers, and some live ones that my boyfriend just picked, and some that I stole from the apartment complex landscaping. So I do think the gallery wall maybe needs a little bit of tweaking, but pretty much losing daylight at this point, so I'll tinker with it. I think it's still pretty good. It's still some autumn vibes. I just think the placement of some of these needs adjusted, so I'm just gonna style it, put the coffee nook back together, get all my essentials up there, and then we'll be done. If anyone's wondering, because I get some questions about this. This is a nice note that my boyfriend gave me when he gave me all my coffee paraphernalia. So sweet little note from him, and then this easel picture holder I thrifted, so I can't really link it. And I kind of haven't really found anything similar. A few people asked and I just can't find one that looks the same. So sorry about that.